talking about the importance and impact of film in my life. The objectives to discuss the impact of film in my life, the history of the Milwaukee Film Festival, and presenting to you some of my favorite films. The Oriental Theater is a really special place in my life. It was built in 1927, and the main theater holds over 1,000 people. My 98-year-old great-great-aunt would go to see movies at the Oriental Theater for a dime in the 30s and 40s. The main theater has 6 large Buddha statues, flanking the walls, lion carvings on the ceilings with green glowing eyes. Not only is the Oriental an absolute gem on the young east side of Milwaukee, but it also holds the world record of the longest continuous showings of Rocky Horror Picture Show. It has played once a month since January of 1978. Although it is rumored to be haunted, it is one of my all-time favorite places. The Milwaukee Film Festival was established in 2008. In addition to the annual festival held for 16 days every fall, there were monthly member screenings of independent films. My mom and I joined as members in 2012 when I moved to college. My dorm was just a few blocks away from the Oriental, and we thought it would be a great mother-daughter monthly event. We would get dinner before the film and always enjoyed conversing about the movie on the trip home. We're proud Milwaukee Film members, and we even have more members than the Chicago Film Society. Most dual memberships were couples, so my mom and I were a bit of an unlikely pair. Throughout the time as members, we befriended the staff, and they asked us to be featured in a promotion during the film festival to promote membership sales. Christopher is the membership coordinator, and we had him over for an Italian dinner. The short clip aired before a third of the movies in the 2016 festival.
My favorite moment from all festivals ever. Me and Wayne White, he did a lot of the puppets and scenery for Pee Wee's Playhouse. I said, you and I should get a picture with our beards pushed together. And I wasn't even done with the sentence before he said, oh yeah. He was on board 100%.
Should we call him? Beep, 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 beep. Christopher? It's Cindy.
I'm in charge of the membership program. I created a blog called My Dinner with Kay Polly.
We're getting gelato for dessert, raspberry cheesecake, peanut butter pretzel.
So this will be the first official, though, actual dinner, and I'm really excited. Is it okay if I sleep over?
Yes.
There's been coffee with Kay Polly, lunch with Kay Polly. All my blogs have been a lie so far, until today.
Oh God, I love him. Who doesn't like Christopher?
A drinking game you can play with Roadhouse is you drink every time his pants are unbuttoned for no discernible reason.
Score. We have an Academy Awards costume party.
Do you have a red carpet?
I do.
Close.
The Oscar?
Oh.
That's an old Ken doll.
Did you just pull this out, or is this always here?
I love this one. Natalie Wood. I'm definitely a Hollywood film buff.
Joan Crawford in bed.
She didn't go to the Oscars one year and she won. You know, and I love sharing the films with my daughter.
She was Leo in The Revenant.
Yeah, that's me right here.
And the bear.
Sometimes it's hard to find something that you can share with your children that both of you absolutely have a passion for, and this is the films.
I love the monthly screenings, kind of have like a mother-daughter date once a month. Like some people might think that's a drag. I'm like, you don't get it.
Sometimes it's a good movie. Should we tell them about that one?
You can talk about it.
I'm trying to forget it.
The whole film was about this worm, pig, orchid cycle.
I don't think they've come out and said that they hated Upstream Color,
So
but I
obviously,
think that's the vibe I'm getting. This is the least graceful I've ever been. Usually, I'm like a ballerina.
this is dinner with Kate Polly.
There are 17 different programs in the 2018 Film Festival, and several were new to the festival. The festival strives to produce inclusive programming, so the films represent Milwaukee's diversity and local filmmakers. Milwaukee is known for its cream-colored bricks, aka Cream City Brick, and German culture. Cream City Cinema features local Milwaukee films, and Das Kino highlights German films. Some of the other cultural programming includes Black Lens, Cine Sin Fronteras, in English, Film Without Borders, and Genre Queer. At every festival, they feature a super secret screening for members only that remains a secret until the curtains open. My mom and I have always particularly enjoyed that surprise. And this is a breakdown of the number of films per program in the most recent film festival. My mom and I tried to see a film in every category, but always loved documentary film favorites and the art and artist programming. One of our favorite movies was about Norman Lear and how he shaped modern television with shows like All in the Family and The Jeffersons. It was great to see how culture was reflected in television and how he was able to provide social commentary on current events. All in the Family was a sitcom about a family with a conservative father, Archie Bunker, opposing and teasing his progressive hippie son. Their discussions almost always contained current American politics. The Jeffersons was one of the first shows to feature a middle-class black family and prominently feature an interracial couple. As a millennial, I'd never heard of Norman Lear, sorry Dr. T, but he truly has influenced the content and structure of modern television. It was cool to be able to learn more about a television mogul that was prevalent in my mom's 20s and 30s. Balloon Fest is one of the most interesting and memorable short films I have ever seen. The United Way in Cleveland, Ohio in 1986 wanted to set the world record for the largest balloon release ever. After weeks of planning and preparation, they released 1.5 million balloons into the Cleveland skyline. Unfortunately, unforeseen storms pushed most of the balloons into Lake Erie and onto the shores of Canada. The negative ecological impact of this event was astounding. However, the storm also caused a small boat with 2 fishermen in it to capsize. Search parties were sent out to find the missing men, but helicopters had to end their search because the orange life vest could not be distinguishable from the colorful balloons in the lake. The men were found dead in the lake 2 weeks later. My mom and I were very shocked by the content of this 6-minute short, and we could not believe the story. We had never heard of this well-intentioned yet tragic event if it wouldn't have been in the film festival. This film literally hits very close to home. Milwaukee is unfortunately still one of the most segregated cities in the United States. The 53206 zip code has the highest incarceration rate of black men in the country. The film illuminates the daily implications of mass incarceration through intimate family interviews. The Milwaukee Film Festival hosted the world premiere and invited each featured family to speak. The film and the in-person Q&A shed light on the harsh realities of racial injustice in my home city. My mom and I were deeply moved by this film that forced us to face our white privilege in Milwaukee. I think of this film often and how these stories represent a larger systemic issue in the United States. In summary, the Milwaukee Film Festival is an organization that has not only provided entertainment, but shaped my worldviews through film. Our monthly dates and annual festival were the perfect intersection of family and film. I feel so grateful to have been able to share so many positive memories with my mom during the festival while also having access to compelling and moving films. And this is a picture of our very last trip to the Oriental before I moved to Oklahoma. And I just have a short quiz that we'll end with.